fucked all of her plans up.
I just, again, have to say how weird it would be to have a stranger crying on you.
Yeah, oh no, real weird. You wouldn't do that to a stranger, let alone a strange child.
Like...
That's got to add to her confusion. Like, why are these people crying and sobbing all over me?
Yeah.
What's about to happen?
Or even an adult you know. Like, even mom, dad, aunt, uncle.
When you don't understand as a small child.
Just crying on you? That's fucked up, Kaylin.
Yeah.
Wait till you watch. Anyways. At this point, she's fallen asleep. She ends up waking back up when it's time for Kaylin to go out and Richard to come in. He comes in. He puts wood on the fire. It gets all nice and cozy in there.
Nice.
And then he watches her for a little while. But doesn't touch her. So it's a little less creepy. The thing that was going on.
Creepy.
Yeah.
I could see watching a child sleep. I've done that to our kids on several occasions. There's nothing weird about that. Like, protective. She's safe. She's fed. She's warm. Nothing bad is going to happen as long as she's sleeping right there.
Yeah.
And that's good.
I mean, it's not weird for you. For, like, the little girl, it'd probably be like...
had she looked up and... See, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that would be a little weird.
I don't fucking know you. But then he falls asleep after pulling her blanket up, and she slips away because he's not being creepy, which is cool. Good. Great. I'm glad our seeker is good.
Yeah, he's very good.
He doesn't spoon small children.
And he doesn't. Good. Well, I like my seekers that don't do that.
Yeah.
All of my favorite seekers
non-pedophile
never did that. Yeah.
Seekers.
But okay, and we're shitting on Kaylin a lot here. But what the hell, Kaylin?
Don't be fucking weird.
No, not even that. Okay. So Richard, the seeker, the woods guide, probably attuned to sleeping in the woods, probably, like you said, with no tent or anything whatsoever, right? He's just able to do that shit. He's got very sensitive hearing, I would assume. Mm-hmm. So Rachel sneaks away from him in the Wayward Pine.
Yeah.
And then, okay, but he's sleeping. So let's just forgive him because he's sleeping, okay? Mm-hmm. We'll give him that. Kaylin is out in the woods keeping watch.
Yep.
And Rachel, a little girl who is terrified, who just gets out of the tree, probably runs like hell, gets right past her.
Carrying a doll and bread.
I mean, we live in Michigan. Me and you have been out in the woods on opening morning and seen absolutely nothing. But
and I was silent as shit. Yeah. Let me tell you.
Oh, yeah. You guys, that was something to behold. She is graceful as a ninja, let me tell you.
Yeah.
But if anything moves in the woods, especially a thick woods like we were in, you hear it.
Yeah.
From a long ways away, you hear it. Yeah. And, I mean, hello, first chapter of the book, Richard sees this woman running from a long-ass ways away. He probably had his attention pulled by the sound, and Rachel gets right past Kaylin.
And hey, whole job, Kaylin. Yeah, what are you supposed to be doing right now? Yeah.
You had one job.
One job. Also, calm down with your throwing the microphone.
I'm going to get another beer, so I swung it a little bit aggressively into the wall. The notes are done. All bets are off.
Yeah, or something. Also...
Do you need another one?
Yeah, man. Also...
Alcoholic, give me one too.
Calm your tits. Yeah, give me the rascal. No, it's fine. Okay, I am trying to get a point across, Nathan. You're fucking disrupting me. All right. So, also, there's a fire in the Wayward Pine. It's dark outside the Wayward Pine, right? Right. Kaylin is sitting outside.
And we're back.
In the dark. I'm assuming it's super easy to see all the light coming out of the chinks in the Wayward Pine, especially that big opening that Rachel saw before that she's going to sneak the fuck out of.
Right.
There'd be like a big triangle of light out of the ground.
Oh, you're going.
Goes to crawl out, she's going to block the firelight coming out of that big old triangle on the ground. Or at the very least, light in the Wayward Pine. She's going to disrupt it in some way. And Kaylin should be like...
Should notice that.
Huh, that's weird. Maybe I should walk around the tree real quick. But she doesn't.
No, you're absolutely right. She's not keeping a very good...
She's a shitty watch person.
Yeah. So Aaron just asked when the next beer break is. My glass is empty. Al Meyer says, ching, sort of truth sound. No chinks in a Wayward Pine. That's why they are waterproof and dry. There
is, though. There's a big... She said she saw an opening.
Yes, there is an opening.
At least in this specific Wayward Pine.
Well, okay, so what I'm assuming here is that above them, they're covered. In the side, though, there's an opening because the boughs of these branches, they go down low, right? But they're connected to the tree, in the case of the tree across the street here, 6 feet.
I'm going to take a picture of that bitch tomorrow.
6-7 feet up, right?
Mm-hmm.
A grown-ass man can walk right underneath the lowest branch.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look straight up, you can tell why it's waterproof. You're not going to get wet.
Yeah.
But the sides here, it literally, you couldn't camp in the one across the street from us.
No, there's a big opening on the front of it.
A big opening, but this tree had a small one.
I think that, I don't know, I just feel like maybe it's thick enough to not show any light, but, a wigwam. No, not a wigwam. A teepee?
Both of those are...
Yeah, you put fire in one of those, even though those are waterproof as well, you can still see the fire light coming out. I don't know. I guess my point is just that, logistically, you would still be able to smell and see the fire outside of the tree, I would think.
Yeah, okay. So the opening you're talking about isn't necessarily an opening. And I think what Al's referring to is you do have to move the boughs of the tree to get in, but they're not as densely packed together where you get in. That's why you get in from that way. She spilled the beer on her hand and now she's licking it up like a cat.
No, I'm not. You can't see anything. Okay. No, I don't disagree. I guess at the very least there has to be some light coming out, and I feel like Kaylin should have seen the disruption in light. Even if she had to move the boughs away, at some point there would be light coming out and disruption of the light because of the girl.
Oh, you mean opening and leaving the tree?
Because you're in the middle of a dark wood.
You would see the change. Yeah, no, I totally understand that.
You would see the light. Kaylin,
you should, if you were paying
dumb.
Attention. I've also fallen asleep hunting, so
I like Kaylin a whole lot. I do. Maybe it sounds like I'm shitting on her a lot this episode. I'm not trying to.
We're giving her some shade, but not too much. Like, Kaylin's our girl.
Yeah, I like her a lot. Just pay attention when you're standing watch, bitch.
Be better at that confessing people than I am.
Yeah.
So I got to give her that.
Yeah.
And Richard's better at swinging a sword until I get my own replica sword of truth.
Yeah.
Then that'll be seen.
I'm probably better at drinking beer than both of them.
Cheers to that, baby. You absolutely are. Well, I think that wraps up tonight's episode. I gotta say, this was kind of a bleak episode, but I had a ton of fun. And I guess I'm not surprised. Last time we went live on Facebook and Spreaker, we did have a bit of a sound issue there, but it sounds like for the most anything, Nate.
Yep, that's why we're gonna do two computers tomorrow night, guys.
Right. But I'm sorry that it took a couple of extra last.
Yeah. I had a really good time. I like doing these. I like you guys. I don't like quarantine. But I like you guys.
Yeah, quarantine sucks. But, I also want to point out, too, this is kind of why we started to get a whole shitload of people to listen. And, I know, yes, we were running commercials and stuff like that. But, like, right now, we're talking to a few people who are just hardcore fans and who just like talking and having talks about this book. I've heard all sorts of different opinions on all sorts of different things, and I don't even care if I disagree with people. I enjoy talking about this stuff.
We've got a few messages about how the series and this podcast, and Samantha Ryan.
Yes. Yep.
She was talking to us, and she was talking about she doesn't have any friends that read, and like I know I was like holding my breath while I said that. I'm sorry, that sounded weird. But we didn't either. Like literally, you're the reason we started this. We're your friends.
You guys are our book reading friends.
Yeah. Isn't that cool? Like you're like we're friends, and you're my friend, and I'm your friend. Yay!
Yay! I love it.
With that, though, I do want to say, because I don't think at the beginning of this episode we like got super clear about when we're doing the next live episode tomorrow, because earlier today when we recorded this episode we did, and so tonight when we are re-recording we forgot. Sorry if you can hear somebody walking around upstairs.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be tomorrow night, Saturday the 28th of March.
I was just checking the calendar. Yep, that's it.
And that's going to be, what did we say, 6:30?
I think about 6:30, yeah.
Eastern Standard Time?
Eastern Standard Time.
Because Michigan.
Yep.
That's where we live. Super great place. That's what it's going to be. 28th March, 6:30 tomorrow. Be there or be square.
Boom.
Or whatever. You can always catch it later.
Or whatever.
That's fine.
I love that. You have to do this.
Or whatever. It'll be fine if you don't. We'll still love you. But
yeah, we will.
It'll be more fun. And like, really? Where else do you have to be?
Yeah.
Let's be real. We will be putting something out on the Facebook about it, just to let you guys know if you weren't listening right on time with us to tune in tomorrow night so that you weren't caught off guard and miss it. I know sometimes I talk about posting on Facebook or socials and I forget, and I'm sorry.
It happens.
I'm shitty at socials. I still love you guys. I promise. I'm not trying to be a dick. It just happens. If you want to know about those socials, though, you can find us on all of them.
Yeah, we're out there. We maybe a little less on Twitter. We kind of decided that, we do post like the episodes on Twitter, but we have maybe a follower or two. If you feel so inclined, you can go ahead and follow us on there. But I think we're mainly sticking to Facebook and Instagram because that's where most of you guys seem to be hanging out.
Yeah, we're too old for Twitter.
Yeah.
Or I am. I don't know. I suck at it. I don't try. I guess I could. I can't say I suck because I haven't tried. But yeah, Nate's right.
But you can find us all the things or at all the things on Facebook. You can find us at Podcast ATT on Instagram. If you wanted to help this podcast grow, we would really, really appreciate it. You can make a pledge on Patreon, patreon.com/allthethingsATT. That is not it. That was the beer talking.
I wasn't even listening.
No,
I'm
right?
not gonna lie.
No, it's patreon.com/at. See? It's, yeah.
This is the end of the episode, guys.
End of the episode. Patreon.com/podcastatt. You go there, you make a pledge, you get access to all of our gag reels, deep cut discussions, funny shit we've put up there. And actually, you get the Sword of Truth episodes, but you also get our Harry Potter episodes, too. We're a couple of books in. We've had a lot of fun with that. And we do look forward to doing more of those in the future. But right now, we are really getting a lot of people listening to Sword of Truth, and that's kind of where our heart is. So that's what we're doing.
And